One of the world's youngest midfielders, one of the top young midfielders in the world. Generally, he's got Ballon d'Or potential, and he's been wanted by two major clubs and Arsenal. He's been wanted by Chelsea, Arsenal, and Bayern Munich, and he's worth £70 million. Is he worth it? In this video, I'm going to discuss if he's worth it and what makes Xavi Simons so good, and who he should go to. But I'll also drop a video tomorrow or later on where Xavi Simons should go to. Before I start, could you like, comment, share, subscribe, and you should especially subscribe and follow and like and comment, because I've had to do this again because I kind of messed up with the recording. And anyways, let's start. So I'm going to do a quick summary of Xavi Simons' career history so far. So he started off at the La Masia Academy, and that's a key thing here. Then he went to PSG and for a transfer. Then he was actually loaned out to PSV, and in there he was the Eredivisie top goal scorer in the 22-23 season at just 20 years old, close to that, 21 years old, and no, I think 20 years old, and that's actually crazy for a midfielder. Then he went on loan from PSG to Leipzig, and eventually Leipzig made a permanent deal after 2 seasons. So the first season was on loan, then the next one was a permanent for €50 million, and now he said he's definitely going to leave. He wants to leave this season. And the clubs that are linked with him are Chelsea, Arsenal, and Bayern Munich, and he's reportedly going to leave about €70 million. And let's start off with his position. So basically, he plays as a hybrid winger and a kind of like a half false 10, a half 10, if that makes sense. And he also plays as Leipzig's number 10. Now he operates as a hybrid half 10, half winger. That's what I meant, as a number 10. And he drops into midfielders, or he goes out wide, or he gets farther forward, and that's what Xavi Simons does best. And he's developed that at La Masia, and that's a key thing that he has over other players that he's developed at La Masia. He has a footballing brain at a much higher level than other players at his age, and that's what makes him so excellent. And he does that on where situations demand it to. So let's say a situation demands Simons to go on the right hand side, he goes there, or in the middle, he goes there. He uses his brain quite effectively and his spatial awareness as a key strength of his. And also his ball progression is actually really insane for a midfielder, attacking midfielder. And one of his major strengths is his passing range. His vision is extraordinary. Obviously, he's developed that at the La Masia Academy, and also his passing, his final third passing is beyond unbelievable. He most of the time, 9 out of 10 times, he makes a correct decision on who to pass to and get the ball into the box, find the correct person who either can pass it off to the guy close to him in the box or just shoot straight up and score. And you're probably gonna confuse that and generalize him as just a passing midfielder guy who just assists, but no, he's a goal scoring machine, and that's what makes him so excellent. He can do both. He's among the hardest workers, also in the defensive end. He's in the Bundesliga, in 32 Bundesliga appearances this season. He's logged about 2,300 runs, intensive runs, and he's also made 654 challenges, and where he's won the majority of them at 53%. And that's what makes him so great defensively. And there's some players that can only really attack, some players who can only really defend, such as Trent Alexander-Arnold, who can attack quite well but can't really defend. And that's what makes Xavi Simons so good. He's so unbelievably great at attacking, but he also can do a decent amount of defensive work, and that makes him really great and also a hard worker, and he'll definitely fit into the Arsenal team, into the Chelsea team, into the Bayern Munich. He also leads his team in fouls drawn, in 73 fouls drawn. That means he dribbles, people foul him, and that makes him really great as a dribbler, and it's something that Arsenal and Chelsea really do need. Bayern Munich, they probably have Elise for that, but even then you can still help with that. And with Chelsea and Arsenal, let's say you get a set piece and you really need a set piece, a goal can come from there, and sometimes set pieces win you games, and he can definitely do that. If you have him in the Chelsea and Arsenal team, he'll get fouled quite a lot, especially in Premier League where it's much more physical, and it can really help these teams try and win in those dying moments when you need that goal, when you need that 1 or 2 goals, and that's what makes him just so great. Now this season he's got 11 goals and 8 assists in about 32 Bundesliga games. That's about 19 goal contributions in 32 games. It's about a goal contribution every other game. That's actually stupendous. It's like a striker's goal contributions per game, and that's what makes him so good. He's not just an assister, he scores quite a lot, and that's something that Arsenal definitely need. Chelsea probably do need, but looking at how the Club World Cup campaign gone, do they really need him? I still think they do. And Bayern Munich, they always score goals, so they're not really in need of him. Arsenal definitely do need him, but they are getting Gyökeres, so do they really need the goals from him? That's what makes Xavi Simons so great. But one thing you could say which is the downside about him is he can dipped from last season. Last season he got about 25 goal contributions, 20 goal contributions in about 33 Bundesliga games, and also this season Leipzig dropped to 7th and missed out on Europe completely. Probably one of the main reasons why he's going to leave Leipzig, and that just makes the reason that Xavi Simons wants to leave even much more stronger. The thing is, he's dropped off from last season. It's not a big drop off, still an insane goal contribution return, but it just shows he can drop off. And maybe the Leipzig team was stronger last year, might be the reason why. And it just shows that he needs to be more focused, and definitely something that Arteta and Maresca can instill in him. He's in the top percentile for goals, XG, assists, and progressive runs, and that makes him his attacking ability the best part of him, and his defensive more or less. But he can still defend a pretty decent amount, but he's best attacking. And also I think about him, he's not really playing in one fixed position. He roams about quite a lot where the situation presents itself, and that makes him really coachable. And a manager like Maresca and Arteta would love to get their hands on him, and can really mold him and really make him their own player and put him in a situation or in a position where they want him to. Or it could be really versatile, and his versatility can be a great thing for him, and it could also be a downside for him. Maybe if they play in a position he doesn't want to, or they play him in lots of positions, he gets lots of game time, and you can really make him into your own player. And generally he'll be in shout with Ballon d'Or shouts, and he hasn't got that PR from the Bundesliga, but once he goes to the Premier League he'll definitely get those shouts, and that will make him just one of the best midfielders of his generation. I definitely think he will be wherever he goes if he continues his development, and he definitely scores goals, and that's definitely what all three of those teams definitely need. Xavi Simons best works in transition orientated formations, where he can start the attacks and start running with the ball and start attacks by himself, and that's definitely something he can do at Chelsea. Not too sure about Arsenal because they have rights to do that, but even then, you just give the ball to Simons. Bayern Munich, they don't really have someone to do that, or maybe they do, but Xavi Simons is a better upgrade on them, and I feel like he'll be great for all three of them teams. Now, where should he go? I'll make a longer video on this probably tomorrow or another day, where I explain where Xavi Simons should go, but I feel like I'll make it real quick where I think he should go. As of now, I think Bayern Munich he shouldn't really go. If he's going to leave, he should leave the Bundesliga completely. He's kind of completed it. Yes, he has one trophy there, like a league title there, but Xavi Simons, he knows how it works, and I don't think he wants to go to Bayern Munich. He wants to challenge himself in a different league, and he's already played in the Spanish lower leagues where he was a young kid, so I guess youth leagues. He's played in Ligue 1, the Eredivisie, and the Bundesliga now, and I think he wants to go to another league. And also I think he has probably better options abroad than playing in the Bundesliga. Now that leaves Chelsea and Arsenal with Maresca and Arteta. Now at Arsenal, he's probably going to play more than at Chelsea, because Chelsea just have a stacked squad and a much better midfield than Arsenal. And what happened probably is Simons will be part of a three. Will be Rice, Odegaard, and Xavi Simons. It'll be a great midfielders, potentially rivaling Chelsea's midfield, but I still think Chelsea midfield will be better. And I feel like it'd be great there, but I feel like comparing Arsenal and Chelsea squad, Chelsea have the more hungrier squad, the more younger squad, the higher roof, higher ceiling, higher potential squad, and I feel like that's what makes Chelsea the much more attractive move. And I feel like, I don't know, Arsenal, they've just signed Gyökeres. They're going to sign Gyökeres for about 70 million, unless United go into swoop for Gyökeres, and they're going to go and get Simons for 70 million. That all in all, that makes 150 million pounds. Can they afford it with also the Zubimendi, and I think they got Mosquera as well? Can they all afford that? It'd be about 200 million altogether if they do that, or about 300 million. I'm not too sure about that. It's close to them. And if they get all of them, and can they afford that? And what are the long term, outcomes like? For example, they spend this much. Can they even spend the next transfer window? And for Chelsea, they just won the Club World Cup. They have lots of money they can spend, and he can play in nearly all the positions. And he'd be great in Chelsea's attack because he can play on the right, in the midfield, on the left even. Left, you probably have to train him, but he can play on the right and the middle. And he'll definitely get lots of game time. And it's a much better squad. It's more likely to win stuff. We've already won 2 trophies, the Club World Cup and the Conference League. Arsenal, they haven't won much. They probably need a trophy this season. But I feel like you're not going to win a trophy at Arsenal. You should just stay at Chelsea, go to Chelsea, and you'll definitely win much more. So I think he should go to Chelsea in the end. But I'll make a much longer video on this tomorrow. Stay subscribed so you can stay tuned. And thank you for doing so. I want to send a quick happy birthday message to Patrick. Thank you for being a great friend, a best friend. And I just want to give him a quick shout out on my YouTube channel for his account. And check his videos out, they're really funny. He's on Instagram and TikTok. And here's his videos. You should follow him. He makes great content. And I hope you had a great time, Patrick. And you guys go check him out. He makes really, really great videos. It's funny videos. And thank you if you do. And could you like, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know if Xavi Simons is worth 70 million. I think he definitely is worth him. And could you like, comment, share, subscribe, and thank you for doing so.